Hello out there, football land. It's me once again, Sonia Anderson, your host of All Things Football from a Lady's Perspective. Welcome to our 2019 Week 2 edition. No, I did not do a Week 1 edition. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things and condense these videos just a little bit so I can just give you the meat and potatoes of what's going on in the NFL. Now, tonight's matchup with the Browns is going to be quite interesting. So I'll have a follow-up on that at the next update. But right now, there is a lot of things that happened. Yesterday was a very wild Sunday, September the 15th, 2019. And it ended with some very key injuries to some very elite quarterbacks. But we'll get into that in just a minute. The Bears game yesterday, a very, very, very nail biter. At the very end, the Bears did win with that 1-second field goal from Panero, who now needs to get that dinero. They go on to defeat the Denver Broncos, who now drop 0-2. The Atlanta Falcons, who hosted Sunday Night Football last night here in Atlanta against the Philadelphia Eagles. There was a battle of the birds, and this time the Falcons proved to be the better birds because of an injury-plagued Philadelphia Eagle offense. 5 to 6 starters were all hauled out of the game before the half, and everyone was absolutely stunned. Like I said, it's been an injury-plagued weekend. Going forth with that, Ben Roethlisberger of the Pittsburgh Steelers is now expected to miss the remainder of the year with an elbow injury that he sustained in yesterday's wailing against their opponents. Our well wishes are extended to Ben as well. The New Orleans Saints game versus the LA Rams. That's what you all are really tuning in here for, is my feedback on that. The entire Who Dat Nation are definitely mourning today as Drew Brees injured his hand early in the game against Sam Darnold when his hand hit his helmet. It was his throwing hand. Apparently, it first looked like it was going to be wrapped and he'd take out a couple of moments just for Bridgewater to come into the game, but he never returned. And in fact, today they revealed he is going to be out at least 8 weeks because he's going to have surgery on his hand. Now, the LA Rams capitalized not only on that injury, but being in LA, they kept bumping Nipsey in the interceptions, and they really gave it to the Saints. I'm pretty sure there will not be a petition set out on this game. Now, I will say there was a touchdown that was recalled, 87 yards, I think it was, and that should have really gone in the Saints' favor. But aside from that, that's the only thing that I personally saw from them that would look like they were even a remnant of the team they were last year. What's most crushing about this is Sean Payton and Drew Brees definitely had it in their mindset to return to the NFC this year and perhaps go on to the Super Bowl. Now, this does not mean that they will not make the playoffs because the entire NFC is still up for grabs. It's anybody's game, but this does put a huge damper on it as Teddy Bridgewater did not look comfortable at all. In fact, Hill had been playing quite a bit, and I personally thought they would have put him into the game as opposed to Bridgewater. But that's nonetheless, we'll see how that goes. There were a lot of games, and I'm sure you all are aware of the scores, but I wanted to come on and just give you the bulk of what's going on. Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Cam has got to get it together. I'm a Panthers fan. You all know that. But he definitely has to focus more on football and less of fashion. The NFC South is definitely up for grabs, especially with the injury to Drew Brees. For the first time in a very long time, Tampa Bay is in the number 1 position, tied with the Atlanta Falcons, followed by the New Orleans Saints, and at .000 is the Carolina Panthers. AFC matchups, a lot of them going down. And the Miami Dolphins were crucified by the New England Patriots with their new addition, Antonio Brown. Now, today the league is supposed to be scheduled to interview the young lady who brought charges against Antonio Brown, the sexual assault allegations that are pending against him. and there we see where they were going to go from that point on. Now let's move forward to some positive news. The Dallas Cowboys, they definitely are proving that they are them boys. They are walloping on everyone, and you all can say what you want to say about they haven't played anybody yet. We'll just see, because Zeke and Dak look like they are the total package with the return of Jason Witten, who got his own touchdown. Now, speaking of West Coast teams, Midwest teams, the San Francisco 49ers are 2-0 for the first time since 1989, 1992. With Garoppolo leading instead, they are doing a great job. And we are going to go ahead and wrap this session up, because there's so much news and definitely not enough time to talk about it all. But we're going to be following up. Don't forget, Super Bowl of 2020 is going to be February 2nd in the good old Miami. I'll be talking about that later on and getting you some more stats at the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to All Things Football from a Lady's Perspective. I'm Sonia. Have a great day.